Hello everyone, Alec with the Breeders here, and today you join me in a Mercedes workshop. And of course, when we are at a Mercedes workshop, this means that we are exchanging some sort of model. In this particular case, we have a Delphi CRD3 Series 2 or S2 style engine controller, and sadly, this one has gone missing. So today we're going to show you how to adapt a brand new, a used one to this vehicle without the existence of the previous engine controller. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to take a spare ECU, which is this one right here, and we're going to install it in this vehicle, and without having the previously saved data from the old one, we're going to read the information from the electronic ignition switch and personalize this engine controller with the data from the car, thus making this Mercedes mobile once again. Right, so the first step we're going to take is we're going to be placing the engine controller here. Just be careful that you should find some bolts. So whenever you find the bolts, then we will be able to install that, and we'll get back to you in a flash. Right, we find ourselves inside the car because we found the bolts, and we mounted the engine controller inside the engine compartment. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to go into engine control unit, and we're going to scan it. And once we scan it, we see that the version is CRD3 S2. We can see the diagnostic variant, both programming and data. We can also see that the VIN number ends in 524. Remember that one. We will see that the ECU is personalized and activated because it's a second-hand one, which means that it was installed in some other car, but it is not allowing normal operation. Why? Because it's not adapted to this car. So right now I'm going to start the operation by reading the electronic ignition switch. Oh, first off, let me try and start the car for you. Right, it runs, but it shuts back off. So at this point, what we need to do is we need to personalize this engine controller. Of course, we should also make it virgin, but let me take you through the process. So we go into the electronic ignition switch and we read it. By the way, keep an eye that the SSID will not match. And you will see here that the VIN number of the electronic ignition switch ends in 244, whereas the one from the engine controller ended in 524. So you can see that the SSID of the electronic ignition switch is different when we compare it to the ECU SSID. And this means that the adaptation is not completed. So what we're going to do now is, since we've already read the data from the electronic ignition switch, we're going to save that data. So now we save the data, and we're going to say that this is a C class for the AVDI fan video. Okay, and we will save this data, and then we will go back and personalize the engine control. Whilst the virginizing process is ongoing, I decided that maybe it's a good idea to take you through exactly what the steps are to do the adaptation. So first off, what we have to do is the new engine controller, which is installed inside the vehicle, needs to be made virgin. Once it's made virgin, then we can change the VIN number. And we're going to be showing you that in a screen recorder somewhere about now. And yeah, whilst that is happening, I decided that it's a good idea for you guys to know exactly what we're doing. So first off, we've saved the data from the electronic ignition switch, then we've placed it inside the car. Then once we place it inside the car, we make the engine controller virgin. And then once it's virgin, we can change the VIN number so that it matches the rest of the vehicle. And then we can do personalization using the information from the electronic ignition switch. Simple as that. Yeah, it wasn't that simple for our developers, but for you, it's going to be as simple as what you're going to see in the video. Now that we finished the adaptation, we want to see if the work which we've done was actually worth it. So in that situation, we go into the DAF manager, the FBS4 manager, and then we select engine control unit, and then we do info. So once we read the information, we can see that this is a CRD3 S2, and we see the two most important things here, which is ECU is personalized and activated, and ECU is allowing normal operation. This means that we should now be able to start the car. Let's give it a try. Working fine. Done. Next car, please.